Welcome to the next module on the chapter Respiration and Higher Plants. In this module, we are going to learn about a respiratory balance sheet. What is the net gain of ATP yielded after the complete oxidation of glucose? So, net gain of ATP from each glucose molecule is calculated based on the following assumptions. All steps in glycolysis, TCA and ETS occur sequentially, one after the other. The NADH synthesized in glycolysis is transferred into mitochondria and undergoes oxidative phosphorylation. The NADP, which was synthesized in the cytoplasm during glycolysis to NADH, and that is transferred to the mitochondria so that it can undergo oxidative phosphorylation to synthesize ATP. Intermediates in the pathway are not used to synthesize any other compounds. That is the assumptions, No intermediates are used to synthesize. It is taking place sequentially one after the other. And only glucose is being respired. Other alternative substrates are not entered in the pathway at any stages, isn't it? Even though initially we are told that there are many respiratory substrates like proteins, fats, organic acids. We now spoke about the glucose. That is the assumption that glucose is acting as a respiratory substrate. So such assumptions are not valid because we cannot expect that all these glycolysis, Krebs cycle, ETS is taking place in a sequential order. All pathways work simultaneously and do not take place one after the other. Substrate enter the pathway and are withdrawn from it as and when required. Here we told that intermediates in the pathway are not used or used to synthesize other compounds, but it is not like that. Because substrates enter the pathway and are withdrawn from it as and whenever required, and ATP is utilized as and when needed. We cannot say that ATP is the ATP which is formed during glycolysis stays as such to get a net gain. It is getting utilized as it is formed, and enzymatic rates are controlled by multiple means. So such calculations are used to appreciate the efficiency of the living system in extraction and storing energy. It helps to calculate the efficiency of a living system and how efficient it is in storing energy. So we know what is the first step. The first step was glucose getting broken down to pyruvic acid, 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. So net gain during glycolysis, when one glucose molecule is broken down to 2 pyruvic acid, the net gain of ATP was 2. So we can write it as 2 ATP. And how many NADH is produced? 2 molecules of NADH is produced. And these 2 molecules of NADH, when it enters into the ETS, we know 1 NADH will yield 3 ATP. So 2 NADH will ultimately yield us 6 ATP. So that's why we written 6. So from glycolysis, we get 8 ATPs totally. And oxidative decarboxylation, when the pyruvic acid is converted to acetyl coenzyme A. We get 2 NADH, and these 2 NADH, when it enters into the ETS, again it yields 6 ATP. And the TCA cycle, the number of NADH obtained is 6. Number of NADH obtained is 6. So 6 when it enters into the electron transport system, 6 into 3, we get 18 ATP. And 2 FADH is obtained. Each FADH can yield 2 ATP. So 2 FADH can yield 4 ATPs. 2 into 2, 4 ATPs. And 2 GTP is produced by substrate level phosphorylation of succinyl coenzyme T2 succinic acid. So these ultimately 2 GTP is produced because 2 pyruvic acid is entering. So we get 2 GTP and directly the 2 GTP is converted to 2 ATP. So total net gain of ATP is 38 ATP. So 38 ATP is yielded at the end of the complete oxidation of glucose to carbon dioxide, water. So 2 ATP molecules are spent for transporting the 2 NADH molecules formed during glycolysis to the mitochondria. So we had learned that the 2 NADH formed in the cytoplasm during glycolysis has to be transported to the mitochondria. And during that time 2 ATP is utilized. So 38 minus 2, we get 36 ATP. So the net gain is 36 ATP molecules formed after aerobic respiration. So now let us have a quick comparison between fermentation and aerobic respiration. Fermentation is a partial breaking down of glucose, whereas aerobic is the complete respiratory breakdown of glucose to carbon dioxide and water. Net gain is only 2 ATP, whereas here there is 36 ATP. And NADH is oxidized to NAD plus very slowly. Okay, whereas NADH is oxidized to NAD at a very vigorous rate. So this is the general difference between fermentation and aerobic respiration. So dear children, in this module, we learned that the net gain of ATP during aerobic respiration is 36 ATPs. And we also had a general comparison between fermentation and aerobic respiration. Thank you.